Hello world. I'm back again with another video where I am explaining what I've done this stretch goal. For this project, I was basically trying to this was quite an involved project. I used a data set for D&D, Dungeons and Dragons classes, barbarians, bards, all of that good stuff. And as you can see here with the CSV, oh, wow, that's not coming up how it should. Interesting. But yeah, you can see, I don't know why it's doubled. But you can see this is a lot of information of what kind of stuff they're able to use, what their HP dice are, whatnot, all the information, all the different classes, and I think most of their subclasses. So I used this data, and then as you can see here, I used a variety of different methods of kind of separating out that data. And you can see what happened because of it. I got the first four rows of all the data kind of separated out, kind of structured like that, with the heads included, so class, subclass, and all that good stuff. And then I used, so that was head, and then for the tail part, it came out to the bottom 5, and it split them up like this. The part that was really interesting to me is this part right here, where I was able to use the info to pull up, what was it? These right here, which was really handy because if you're using this data, if you're using any set of data, knowing how many of a specific type there is, in my opinion, fairly handy. Then just go over my README. So in my README, I decided to analyze a set of data, but yeah. So I wrote this with the specific goal of kind of prepping myself, giving myself kind of an entrance knowledge of how to pull data from something like this CSV for classes, and then using that data to kind of add that to a game, potentially a video game, the side scroller that I'm kind of working on. And I thought even with this, it might be fun to use these different classes as different classes in the game. So instead of it just being, like a Mario side scroller, you could have different classes to choose from and have different capabilities depending on which one you picked. And it's going to be a very simplistic game, but I hope it's not terrible. And yeah, so I used questions such as how do I find how many subclasses there are of each class, which was what this was here. And what ability saves are used by each class. I did get that information, but not separated out as well as I'd like, because I just wanted everything kind of structured like this, and then have, except for just have class and just have the ability saves. I didn't figure out how to do that by the end of this. I used Pandas and Anaconda to access the CSV. This was a little bit interesting. I had to spend some time working on this to figure that out. I used VS Code to write the program, as you can see. And Python is the coding language I used. And I had to import requests to get the original download for this, for the guide that I was following. And I've got the useful websites here, which was GitHub, where the class that I used for the class's CSV is. And then RealPython is kind of what walked me through this process and gave me kind of an introduction to this. I want to find better ways of separating the data into smaller chunks, just like I said up above. And I want to figure out how to use the data gathered to affect my other programs, such as the classes and whatnot, as I mentioned, for the side scroller. So that was my experience with data sets and data analysis. And as always, have a great day.